Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. Appreciate you all being here. And I just want to let you know that I have such an inspiring guest today, Joe Carter, and we will talk about his amazing stroke journey and how is he doing now. And so why don't we go ahead and get started on this. I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and welcome Joe in. Joe, good morning.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
Nice. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it, Jerry.
No, no problem at all. Not sure if you can see. We'll first start and say hello to some of our folks out there. Good morning, Susan.
Hello, Susan.
Yes, and Lynette Price from West Virginia.
Hello, Lynette. I just spoke with her yesterday. She's a
Oh,
wonderful person.
awesome, awesome. Good to hear. And Mark Garman, nice to see you. Party people. That's right. So that's great. So it's so good to have you here, Joe. You've got such an amazing story. Salute.
Thank you. I salute. Say hi to Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he smiling yet?
Tom. I always say poor Tom.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Bring on a few more peeps. First, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
Nice to see you. Glad you could see these. And Cheryl. You know Cheryl out there?
No, I do not. But it's always nice to meet new friends.
Yeah, it really is. Nice to see you, Cheryl. And Kimberly. Always good to see you.
Hi, Kim.
And oh, look at here it is. Yvonne from Athens, Greece.
Yvonne.
That's right. Oh, okay, I always say poor Tom, right? Look it.
Poor Jerry.
Oh my goodness. That's so funny. And Lisa Brown, nice to see you. Always. And who do we got out there?
That
Last
guy got my reading glasses. They're so
I'm glad you
small.
could see all these.
Okay,
Leslie.
is Brooke out there today?
What's that?
Yeah, Tom is smiling. Thank you. Aloha.
We'll get through this and then we will get right into Joe's amazing story.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I
All
don't know
right.
how amazing it's going to be, but I'll give you what I have.
Look at this. You, I see the comments. So Joe and you, Lynette and you went to the same hospital?
Yes, University of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, PA.
Wow. Love PA. Love it. Love it.
Been there. I'd rather live nowhere else. I
That's
spent a
right.
year and a half in Texas, but I'm glad I came back up here. It
Yeah.
was a choice.
Yeah. Right. Um,
It was a great place to visit. Never want to live down south ever again. It's just me, not know nothing about the people that live in the south. I like the seasons.
yes. I agree. So hey Joe, how would you describe yourself before your stroke?
Before a stroke,
Yeah. Who are you?
chatty. I was chatty. Now I'm very much introverted. Um, I think too much. I think, but it's it's nothing that that's horrible or anything. It's just who I am, and I have to be who I am.
Right. Yeah. So when was you had your first stroke? You had three,
2017.
2017.
It was a small TIA. I actually, everybody's gonna laugh. I didn't tell you this, Jerry, but I did like the most stupid thing. I had no idea what was happening. I was driving home from work and I started a stroke on the way home, like I'm gonna say 6, 7 o'clock at night, p.m. And I couldn't. I discombobulated, missed my exit, pulled into the local supermarket. I thought it was my sugars going crazy because I am a diabetic. And I went to go get some sugar. I walked into the supermarket, got a candy bar, asked the gentleman there to help me out. I had trouble paying for stuff. Stroke. It's what it is. I thought it was something to do with my sugar, so I went and got it. Got some sugar. I think it was no. I do know it was a Reese's peanut butter cup I bought. I love Reese's.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Even stroking or even having the sugar fit,
Yeah.
it's Reese's. We all have our own thing, right?
Oh,
Snickers,
yeah.
Milky Way, whatever. But I went and got a Reese's cup, paid for it, had trouble paying for it with my debit card. The gentleman was amazing helping me out at the counter. Um, don't know his name or anything, but I would like to take, he was just amazing. I'll tell you that. Young kid. And I went back to the parking lot, went to go get something, and got it into my mouth. I called home, or my girlfriend, and I said, "Hey, I'm about 2 blocks away from the house. I cannot figure out where I am. I just put a candy bar." And she said, "Don't move. I'm coming to get you." And I said, "The heck with that." I actually figured out where I was. I drove 2 blocks to my house, parked, and walked into my apartment. And she was just coming down the stairs and said, "What are you doing?" And I thought it was a sugar thing still. I didn't know I stroked. Went to bed on the couch that night. Went to my part-time job. Still kind of whacked out after post-stroke. And I said, "I got to go to the doctor." I left work, went to the doctor, and I remember arguing with the nurse that I have a dog. Dog's name is Bones. She at the time was a 5-year-old pit bull. I knew that. She was black. She was amazing. And I told her that my dog has a job, but I can't remember what my dog's job is. And my dog does have a job. She's actually an emotional support animal. And I finally figured it out and explained it. And I was so happy I remembered something. She sent me right over to the hospital across the parking lot. The hospital I went to will never go there again. They put me in there for a week and a half. They never sent me to rehab, didn't provide occupational therapy. They just did the medical part and sent me home. It was a very small TIA. I was able to recover real quick. Yeah,
Did you
but it
know
was
what a
so.
stroke was?
I had no idea. I mean, I've heard of it, of course. I didn't know what a stroke was. Um, I woke up in my very first morning. They provided me with couple of things. They took my hospital bed, wrapped all the metal and railings up while I was asleep with towels. I actually got out of bed to go to the bathroom, and an alarm went off. It scared the heck out of me. The bed was alarmed, so I didn't walk and fall.
Right. Crazy.
But guess what? I did walk, didn't fall. But I walked to the bathroom, did my business, and I was fine right through the alarm. Nurse came in running, freaking out, and I'm telling them what's going on. And I finally figured it out. And they told me what they did. And I'm
Right.
like, oh my God. It took me forever. I got to understand what was going on. And it turned out to be like a week and a half. I had people visiting me. I
Right.
went through the stroke. I finally got discharged from the hospital. Stupid me. Walked, had someone come pick me up. They came, picked me up, drove one parking lot over for me, grabbed back in my car, went home, and didn't move from the house. Except I drove to work with my girlfriend. She was driving, and I went to work after about a week.
Yeah.
Took a while to come back, but I got there. And I had to give it the neuroplasticity by itself without me even trying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. So that was just your first
That
one.
was just that was just my first one, and then my second and third one was this past year, 2020, July 24th. I'll never forget it. I was having a stroke, getting ready to take my dogs out for a walk. My face was drooping. According to my girlfriend, my face was drooping. I was not intelligible. Um, Fortunately, nothing with the arms or legs collapsed or anything. No left side, right side thing.
Yeah.
Just I was very, very lucky. Um, she called the ambulance. They came and got me. They wanted to put me in a hospital, and I had the foresight to figure I don't want to go back to that same hospital that I went to in 2017. They're just gonna take care of me. They're not gonna offer anything.
Right.
I, I was then went to Penn Medicine, Chester County Hospital, and they provided me at the ambulance the what you call it, this the blocker, of course,
Yes.
and TPA. And I'm very grateful that they did. They knew exactly what they're doing. I'll tell you that. Good thing they knew what they were doing at the ambulance company. I was airlifted from Chester County Hospital, Penn Medicine, to like Lynette went to the Philadelphia Hospital of University of Penn.
Right.
Um, and I do remember I went to they took me to the stroke unit. I was in Silverstein Hall. That I will remember.
Interesting.
Very little things I do remember for months there. Just the very big. This is just secondhand knowledge. I don't remember it. I was told later
Right.
by my sisters and friends
Well,
where I was.
did you have emotional? Did you have family support and?
I had no family. My father has passed. My mother lives in Texas. My sisters live in Texas.
Right.
I have my friends and family are basically my friends. They're my family of choice.
Right.
Shout out to Paul and Colleen Melizia.
Wow. Good for you.
Amazing people.
Yeah.
And my two godchildren there, Kaylee and Miss Mary. That's my family. And of course, my sister of choice was Heather Lamb.
Right.
And my sister Susan, I told you she's in Texas, but she's there on the phone all the time for me to help me. She
Good.
takes care of everything that I need help with. She's
Right.
just one smart cookie. So family support was by my choice after I finally got through the fog of the stroke. I had a
Right.
second stroke while I was at Silverstein. I was getting an MRI done, an open MRI because of the stroke, of course. He
Sure.
wanted to find out what it was and where it was. And I did stroke again that while they were giving me the MRI. It
Wow.
was something I will never remember. No, please forgive me. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad or anything. I
No.
actually had an episode we were doing it where I was going through everything. Of course, the feeling of stroke. And I do remember I was throwing up
Yeah.
from a meal, and they were just great at University of Penn. They're taking care of me. Dr. Bayer, amazing man. They pulled the clot out of my head. Um, Little known thing, the University of Penn. My case is now registered on the teaching hospital as a stroke case. They got everything there for new students becoming neurosurgeons. It's
Right.
just something that makes me feel really good. Now, I went through, of course, the medical part there. I stayed at Silverstein. I remember little flashes of wonderful nurses there. Nurse at intensive care was Kaylee, my nurse that helped me start my recovery. I told him I needed something to do, and he said, "Here, you do this," and he gave me a bunch of towels to fold for the unit. I was folding towels at the unit and the nurse that didn't give me any. What can I say? He gave me flack. I'm going to say, kicked my butt. He said, "You got to do this if you want to do something. This is what I need done."
Yeah.
It was the nurse was Dan. I used to mess with him. I called him Dan the Man. The things we remember, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how is he? So, I mean,
He helped me fold towels. Started folding towels, and that was like something to keep me going and do things.
yes, yes. So, how was your emotional part of this whole battle of strokes?
I
In the
had
beginning.
no idea. I had no idea. I was completely lost. I got to the point where I actually was combative. I was understood, but I didn't remember this. I was combative. I was actually in restraints, and I would refuse to eat, or I could not eat. They put me in a feeding tube, and I was actually unconscious for like 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow.
I went from my body weight. I lost about 25 pounds.
Right. Right. Interesting.
I was at around 200. I'm at 173 right now, 174 after stroke. And I kind of like the weight,
Yeah.
174, 180. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
That's one hell of a way to diet, right? You have a stroke.
Right. Yeah. It's so true. So so when your friends found out you had a stroke, I just thinking to myself or anybody else, were you treated any differently?
No, I was shown love the whole time. My friend Paul was at the Philadelphia University Hospital, came to visit twice at least, snuck me some cheesesteaks.
That's
my
funny.
friend, my friend Heather took me to got was always there every day for the rehab. She was at the hospital more than once. She was there through my worst
Yeah.
and my best. She was at the rehab hospital on visiting days all the time.
Right.
At night, she would come visit me. She would bring me my, clothes and everything. She was there. It's helped sneak in snacks, of course. You know that hospital food, yuck.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one that liked the hospital food.
You get something wrong with you, Jerry. Just kidding.
No, I know. I know. I was there
I'll
for.
tell you what, though. University Hospital, they had very good beef stroganoff. That was one meal
Oh,
there I did like beef stroganoff.
good.
Everything else was just, yeah.
Yeah, you weren't so excited about that. Wow. But so in the hospital you had two strokes.
Hmm.
Wow. So
One right going to the hospital, one at the hospital. Thank God I was medically handled there real quick.
yeah.
Didn't even bother with TPA. With the second one, they went right in and got out the clot.
Wow. Good for them and good for you. So how do you can't say it. How do you motivate yourself,
Don't
especially during
quit.
the pandemic?
Period. Do not quit. Don't stop. Keep going. Move forward. Every day right now, I go for a walk. Minus today and yesterday. Probably not tomorrow. We have a snowstorm in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Um, but there are other ways we as stroke warriors can exercise. We know this, the what to do. We do have the ability to do our sit-ups, to do our crunches, to walk,
Yeah.
down a flight of stairs. That's what I have to do. Things like that. I do have fine motor skills with the left hand that I have to work with, and I'm constantly doing them. I love playing with therapy putty. It's an
Yes.
amazing thing to play with
Oh,
and teach you again and fire a lot of neurons.
yeah. Yeah. I was looking because I know that stuff is really incredible, Putty. It's got it somewhere, but I have
Don't
it.
even tell me what color you got, boy, because I know which one's the stiffest and which one's the softest.
Oh, I have to find it. I do
Doctor,
have
but
somewhere I put it.
I'll tell you something else on the online community, like Salute and Tom's Redo.
Yes.
Amazing ways to stretch, amazing ways to breathe, walk, keep going.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's the neuroplasticity that provides is unbelievable.
Yeah. They do a great.
That's part of your exercises. We have to keep going. I don't care what you do, but you just got to keep moving. If you can't run, if you can't walk, and all you can do is crawl, just crawl.
Yes. Just don't stop.
Period. Don't stop.
Right.
Move forward. We can always sit down and just, poor me. I got
Right.
stroked. What's wrong with me? I think we all go through that, but you can't stay in that because
Right.
period. You stay there and nothing happens. The only way to recover is to move. And I learned that. I see it myself.
Yes. Oh
If
yeah.
you asked me to have a conversation with you 2 months ago, it wouldn't happen.
Right.
My mouth would be shut. I couldn't understand anything.
Yeah. But you talk really well. You sound terrific. Um,
Thank you.
yeah.
Work, work, work. I read TV. I read talk back to the TV.
Yeah.
I would watch shows and I would talk it back. I read a book, read it out loud. I have two young children that live here with me. It's they. Uh, how can I put this? We learn together to talk to each other. There's a toddler and an 8-year-old,
Yeah. So
and I tell you what, makes me learn to move my mouth.
so true. Now, do you? Because I always love this question because I think about this 24/7. Do you plan ahead if you're going somewhere, like how the road's going to be different? There's pebbles or something you have to make sure you don't trip over them.
Well, I am mobile, obviously. My left side does have its own deficits. I'll say my left side is my is not my teaching, is my learning side, according to Salud. My right side is my teaching side.
Right there, she is. Right.
Hi, Salud. That's you know what you're doing. Now let me see something here. I have problems. There we go. But we were talking about playing ahead.
Yeah. Planning ahead.
Um, my deficits and everything. I do plan ahead. I do walk with a cane for safety reasons. But
Yeah.
like you said, if there's gravel or if
Sure.
there's stones, I do have a four-pronged cane, of course. I do have to plan. It is, what it is. It's my new normal. So
Yeah.
what? So what? When before I stroked, I still had to plan, but now I got to plan for my safety and health
Yeah.
rather than comfort.
You plan differently.
It's important.
And you see
You are
Teresa,
correct.
Teresa, perfect. She says amazing speech.
I was just talking, but thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, really nice, really nice. Um, yeah, so many people live out there in the area over there.
Oh yes, there's a lot of people in the Northeast.
Yeah,
Actually, I have a lot of friends that are on stroke. I didn't realize that we were so prevalent in our area. I have learned by going online. And I have mentioned already, the people that I admire, like Salud, um, of course, Lynette.
yes,
Um,
great people out here in this community.
I find them unbelievable. Somewhere to go, somewhere to think about. I have questions, we have answers. We have so many Facebook communities. There's good, there's not anything really bad, but there are some that are better than others. They
Right,
have a little more members.
right.
There is one that's starting to grow up and get bigger, which I really find the inspiration. Where it's a young group, it's actually moving forward. Stroke Warriors.
Yeah,
I find them to be a great group. One of the administrator there is a man who has given me something to work for. His name is Nolan Weston.
right.
He actually went through something that I'm having trouble with right now. We all know we all have our limitations with what we can get for care from the medical community, our insurance companies. At some point, when it stops, you can't stop yourself. You have to keep going.
Uh, exactly. So one of the questions,
You are in charge of your recovery. It is your recovery.
yeah,
And Nolan has amazing man after his, what can I say? Insurance stopped. He found ways to get a home gym himself.
right,
And he's recovering years upon years and has a regimen every day that he does exercise, and he inspires me. And that's one thing you take from the community. There is something.
right.
There is, of course, Salute and Tom. Salute is a caregiver, and Tom is in recovery. He was amazingly hurt with his massive stroke. He now is unbelievable intelligible. He's greatly intelligible. He's got such a personality. He's such
He
a
does.
fun guy. He inspires me.
Yeah, I know. When the four of us met in Southern California, we had a
Be
great.
careful. You better keep it down to DL. I already know this from Salud. She said a couple things, told me a couple things.
Yeah, oh yeah. So, so, so now looking back, have you learned? How do I say it? What have you been some of the biggest lessons that you've learned during the time of your recover? If you look back and think, wow, I should have done this, or is there anything like that? You're thinking, no,
There's always, like I said, in my opinion, um, it's got, it is 2020. Hindsight. You
yeah,
could have done this. You could have done that. I'm not going to dwell on that
right,
because it's move forward.
yeah,
Period.
exactly,
It's like when I was at rehab, I was sitting in my wheelchair, and my physical therapist, Andy, he was amazed because I would not quit. I had a bunch of therapists, of course. We all went to rehab if we did.
right,
Um, and like he would say, "Can you do this?" I said, "What? Give me a challenge. Let me do it. I'll walk. I will get out of this wheelchair."
yeah,
We walked the loop at Moss Rehab in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania. We had the big loop and the little loop, which he always called it. You'd have to go down the hallway, straight all the way down to this unit, around another unit, come down the other side of the hospital, get over to the gym again. Big loop,
right,
it'd take a while. Then there's the little loop. Then there's the loop that goes upstairs. You would take the metal stairs up. I always liked doing that, getting a walk in that way.
right, right,
After I went with the walker, then from the walker to the cane, from the cane to doing it without it. I actually did a little bit of with one of the therapists there. She actually had me do little tiny sprints. I remember that so much. Eunice was amazing. Uh, that was what she made. She had me running for little sprints. It was amazing. I can't tell you, just the thrill of that was my aha moment. I can do this. There's no stopping.
right, right. And and
And
here's
I kept going that way.
I know we're centered off center. This is your dogs, or
Were my dogs.
well,
That was Bones and Coco. Bones was the black one. That's the ESA, my emotional support animal for my first stroke. When
yeah,
I had her, you could tell I like pit bulls.
yeah.
Um,
But you had to
un-
get rid of one.
Unfortunately, I had the black one is living with my girlfriend,
Right?
ex-girlfriend. Actually, I never saw her back after I went to the ambulance. At least that I know of.
Yeah.
And then of course Coco, when I recovered, started to come back to when I came back from
Right?
the rehab up until about like a month ago at the most. She lived with me, but I just can't take care of her. She
Yeah.
was so I had to send
Understandable.
her back to. I had to get her rehomed, and I did. I feel it is a little bit inside of me, but once again, I could not give her the right place to live. So she had to go and find a place where she can live with a family. I will have another dog. That's a goal in my life. Or I will go to shelters and I will volunteer.
Yeah.
But that is what I'm going to do until I will get back to going to animal life. I love animals.
Yeah.
And that's a personal thing.
Good for you. I'm glad to hear that. Now, do you take any currently meds? Any meds?
Do you want to see my pill box? It's crazy.
Yeah.
I take many meds from blood thinners to diabetic medication. So that is that I couldn't even pronounce some of the names,
Yeah. Any
but I do. But I don't. I have learned to, and that was a challenge for me, was to take my meds and make my pill box up once a week
yeah.
by myself.
Yeah.
That
Good for
is,
you.
we just had to do it. We couldn't do it when I couldn't do it months ago, but now I can.
Right. A good question here from Paul Quillen. Are you able to visit with Coco?
No, I do not want to. It would be unfair to me and unfair to the previous owner, new owner.
Yeah, and then to Coco probably.
Correct.
You know.
Be detrimental. But I do know of the shelter that rehomed her. They are very amazing. A shout out to Faithful Friends Animal Society in Wilmington,
Right.
Delaware. Faithful Friends Animal Society in Wilmington, Delaware. If
Interesting.
anybody needs a cat, dog, they're looking, especially in this COVID, and they can take care of an animal, check them out if you're anywhere near the area.
Right. Right. So, but you currently you have your housing situation. You live with
I
your
live with my friend Paul, his wife Colleen, and my
okay.
godchildren now. We do
Wow.
have two pit bulls living here already.
Oh, okay.
So I have my little doggy fix, of course. I
Yeah.
can walk them. I can actually, the white pit bull, his name is Zeus. He actually snuck up and slept on my bed all night last night.
Yeah. Well, I like this. Marina said, I don't know if you can read this one. Coco
Go
knows
ahead.
you gave her a new home out of love.
Yes, I love her, and the best I could do to love her was to give her a new home.
Yeah. Uh, wow. So, what would you say to somebody that is going through a difficult situation right now, especially from stroke or brain injury?
Um, don't quit. Please, please, please check out our community in the internet. Because of COVID-19, we no longer allowed to go to, social gatherings at most things. So we can't do support groups because it is dangerous and unhealthy. Even with the vaccine, I believe that it's going to be a long time coming until we can go back to normal. That normal. That's our new normal again, people.
Yeah.
We have to go online and we have to hop on the phone, get on Messenger, go on to all these pod shows. This is our new normal.
Yeah.
So please give what you can to it, whether it be your time, your effort, your story, whatever you need. Please help another person. It'll make your life better.
Yes. Yeah. Helping somebody out makes you
Correct.
right.
Correct. I'm actually going to share something with your group here.
What's that? Oh,
Um, I'm going to share something with your group
yeah.
here.
Please do.
I'm
Please.
actually recovering from drug and alcohol addiction also.
How long ago?
Um, since 1987,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
haven't had a drug or a drink.
Congratulations.
It's through the grace of God.
Right. Right. Right.
And there is work involved also. But um, I learned through my recovery in that respect of my life, which I haven't lost through the strokes, and it's still ingrained in me. This therapeutic value of one person helping another is paramount.
Right.
So reach out, touch base, get involved, talk to your friends. I actually have done that for myself. I've actually joined a, believe it or not, choir for people with aphasia and stroke.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
It's High C,
Right.
Beyond High C. It is a group. It's moderated by Miss Kirsten Canister. They're online. We sing together. We pick a song. It's people with aphasia that have trouble, people with stroke problems.
Yeah.
Anybody I'm sure is welcome, but it's primarily for us. We actually, help each other,
Yeah.
whether it be support or just like, oh my gosh, someone says you sing better this week than you did last week,
Yeah.
or that. It's just friends. Now because of that, I've jumped ahead to learn something. I'm in a book club for people with they're out of Cleveland.
Right.
Um, we're basically reading, believe it or not, one of the classics right now online. Um, it's actually Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. God, remember high school? Ugh.
How funny. That's right.
Now,
Wow.
if I got to read J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye again, I'm going to go crazy,
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You know,
Dandelion Wine, the Great Gatsby. Oh my God, anything Mark Twain. But I'll tell you what, when we get together and we can talk about it,
yes.
how it relates to your story, it's just amazing.
Right. Right. I tell you,
Yeah.
when you talking about your drug and alcohol that you completely sober of it, and so many nice comments. Marina, congratulations, Joe. Drug and alcohol addiction is very hard to get away from, so I commend you.
It's just one day at a time,
Yeah. Yeah.
just like our stroke, one day at a time.
Yeah, struggle's not for the weak. I say that all the time.
Why do we think we're called stroke warriors?
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
We're
So,
strong.
yeah. So, um,
Together, we're even stronger.
you know what? 100% true. Wow. So a lot of people, uh, I know that they feel like they're losing hope during, especially during COVID. So, how do you think we can inspire them and lift them up?
I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, with COVID,
Yeah.
with 3 vaccines now on the pipeline, and us as stroke victims, I don't know. I have other underlying conditions. I'm actually in the next group that's going to get a shot,
One
at
of these.
least in my area. I have no diabetes, of course, and then I'm going to let you know. Right after I came out of rehab, I had a triple bypass.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't get into that as well. Real quick, Mark Garman is saying, are you a Steelers fan, Joe?
No,
No.
no,
There you go.
I actually bleed green.
Ah, there you go.
Now, do you know what that means? We could talk about this for hours.
Yeah,
Team didn't do this year, but I'll tell you what. Unfortunately, COVID did that for football too.
yeah, yeah. Wow, absolutely. You know, you're right. Absolutely not for the weak. If you could see those, then here,
Yes,
this one here. Um, you've got a lot of. I love all the
I
things.
am not that. I'm not strong. We are strong. Please remember that. When I feel weak, I know who to call.
Please, yeah. And, reach out to any of us. As you know, everybody in this community. Okay, Mark didn't really like that.
Ooh, what kind of fan are you?
Yeah,
Who's your team?
Steeler girl there, oh, Marina, and then
At least it's Philadelphia and Steelers or St. Pennsylvanians.
Leslie.
Yeah, yes, it is, Leslie.
Love it, love it, love it. Um,
I told you I bleed green
that's right, that's right. Um, but
and have my whole life.
yeah.
My father, you're gonna laugh. My father, God rest his soul, loved the Patriots
Ah, interesting.
in
Yeah,
Philadelphia area. Oh my God.
yeah. They are diehards. I know that. I used to work out of there, but
Yes, we are strong together. You are right, hon.
yeah. But hey, so what else would you like to say before we end the show that you haven't said, or anything that you can? Because first of
There's
all, your
nothing
story
else. I
is amazing.
thank you. My God, answer to your question, I can't, say anything new I could think of other than what I have, except but I do want to put in there, reach out, reach out. Go ahead and if we can't physically reach out and grab each other, but we do have the internet. We actually have smartphones. You can do that. You don't have to use your computer. Let's reach out to each other. You know, remember on Facebook, even there's a bunch of things to check out. We're all in this together.
Yeah,
If there's someone there always that's going to be able there to listen to you. be there, whether it be just support or their strength, or if it's going to be, what can I say, experience. You
Yeah.
know, I have a friend in Maine. His name is Bruce. He actually is an octogenarian almost. He stroked, and he did his rehab in a nursing home before he came home, and he's living a fulfilling life. He's always pushing me when I talk to him to move forward.
Right.
You know, and just like me, we're in the Northeast. Unfortunately, we cannot do our walks right now. It's not very safe. So we find ways around it. He gave me a couple suggestions, which I don't know how they're going to work out for me, but we'll see.
Right. Right.
But the information is there. Jump, take it, grab it, and then it's yours, and then give it back to the next person that has a question or experience. Just give it back.
Yeah, I agree. Even if it's a
It's the only
shoulder.
way to keep it is to give it back.
Right. Right. Exactly. Thank you, Mark. It's
Yes,
so
thank
true.
you, Mark. Sorry about not being able to multitask there, reading and
Oh no.
talking at the same time. It's me, not y'all.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for being here. Or
No, thank you for letting me be here. I enjoyed it very much.
yeah, no, I mean, you're still exactly. Um, Such an inspiring show, and you are a very inspiring gentleman, and you really
Oh
touched
God,
a lot of people today, and I really appreciate it. But thank you once again, Joe. Before we go, I know I said this again. Anything else that you want to tell the community? I know you said a lot of stuff here, which is so nice.
oh please forgive me if I forgot something. If you ever want to find me, I'm in all over the place. Um, all groups, and like I said, the groups that I really like. I mentioned a couple of them. There's the Stroke Sweat Club. There's Moving Forward,
Yes.
Stroke Warrior.
Yeah.
You can communicate with me. I don't have a web address myself or anything like that, but make sure I will be your friend and I will do what I can if you want to speak with me.
Terrific. I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody else appreciate it too. And you're right, Joe, amazing person. Thank you once again, and I appreciate everybody else being out here. And last,
Thank you, everybody.
yes, Jennifer just said she sent you a message.
Is that dismissed, Jennifer B?
No, no, this is Jennifer Derek Hurley.
Okay, Jennifer Hurley. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was expecting Jennifer B. Bazoom. She's actually a friend. She has 31 years of stroke recovery today.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that
You
yet.
know Jennifer.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
31 years. She's an inspiration to me. I had a question about plasticity, and I have a problem with the left hand, like I said, and she helped me how to stretch, and she gave me a couple of good hints, and it's working. And that's see, people helping people,
Yeah,
warriors versus helping warriors. Do it.
yes,
And if anybody else has questions, I told you just where to get it from Jennifer B.
yeah,
She's the administrator of her group. You will not miss her. 31 years you can find her.
good. Good to hear that. Well, you guys all take care, and Joe, you take care as well. And I'm sure we'll be chatting so many more times. So
Thank
take,
you again, Jerry.
hey, my pleasure. It's really nice to have you.